I would like to give a special nail artist shout out to I Love Nails, Erica the Aquarian, Exoticus Empire, and April Shorty for being the first one to comment on my last video. I thank you ladies oh so much, and I appreciate each and every one of you.
Am I really that much? And breaking these niggas down like a camera. You don't really know you are.
Hey y'all, welcome back and welcome if you're new. My name is Sheena, and if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button, and let's go ahead and get into today's set. So today we are using my XXL square nails from Nail Couture, and we're doing a Gel X set today, and we're going to start off with prep. So I'm going to go ahead and just lightly push back my cuticles with my cuticle pusher. Then I'm going to go in with this ball bit around the cuticle area just to remove any of the dead skin that may be there. Next, I like to go in with my sanding band. This is a 180 grit, and I do like to go in and just go around that cuticle again a little, very lightly, to pick up any of the dead skin that might still be there, and then also rough up the surface of my natural nail, which is really great for adherence. So this is the next step that I typically do when prepping my nails. And then I'm going to go in with a nail dehydrator just to take any of the oils that I may have still on my nail bed completely out of that nail bed. Then I go in and I etch the inside of all of my nail tips. I'm using that same sanding band, which is a 180, and I'm going in at about 4 RPMs, and I'm going to go ahead and just etch the inside of the nail tip where it will meet with my natural nail. And then I go in on top of my nail with a primer. For the adherence of my Gel X nails, I like to use this 3-in-1 glue gel from Cora, and I'm basically just going to show you how I do apply that. So I'm going to place a little bit of the gel onto my natural nail bed, just a very thin layer, and sometimes people like to apply that layer to all of their nails, cure it in the lamp, which you can do, and then go in with the nail tip, but I like to apply just a thin layer onto my natural nail. And then I'm going to take the actual nail tip itself, and I'm going to apply some gel, just enough gel into the actual nail tip as well. Not too much because you don't want it to like spill over, but just enough. And then I'm going to go in at a 45-degree angle, and I'm going to just turn on my little flashy light here, and we're going to cure that for about 10 seconds and move on to the next nail. So very simple, straight to the point. I do see different techniques with applying Gel X nails. So some people like to apply it like a little bit above the cuticle and kind of blend it and go from there with their designs. I love to do it by the cuticle. I've gotten so good at it that it just looks really nice and natural. So to me, my preference is to do it right up at the cuticle, because if you lay it down correctly, it looks very nice and natural. once I get the pinky flash cured on, then I'm going to give my hand a full 30-second cure in my bigger lamp. Then I'm going to take my Pana 8080 grit hand file, and I'm just filing the tips or the free edge of the tips where there's always this like tab there that you want to remove. And if you wanted to, you can go in and like crispen up your sides and stuff like that, but the nails are already pretty much shaped, so I didn't feel the need to do any of that. And then this is the only time I use my e-file when I'm doing my gel X, is right around that cuticle. So I like to go in at about 4 RPMs, depending on the e-file. So the one I have now is brand new. It's really powerful. I don't need it at a high speed for pretty much anything I do. But I'm just going in and cleaning up around that cuticle to make it more flushed. Also to remove any spillage that may have occurred when curing. And this is, again, the only reason that I pull out an e-file with Gel X nails. And then I'm going in with my mini buffer and just buffing the shine off of all of my nails so that everything is nice and smooth, and then I'm able to go in with any nail art that I may want to do. So my Madam Glam shades that I'm using today are Union Blue, such a beautiful blue. I'm also going to be using Eternal Bliss, one of my favorites. I'm going to be using this foil here. I absolutely love this particular foil. It's been a while, but I did a video a couple of years back with that same foil, and I guess I'm doing a recreation of that. When I originally did the set, I used Polygel. So I used the same, like blue and purple Polygel, and did a very similar set that I'm doing today. If I get a good picture, I will link it. If not, then you can go back and look, but it's been years. It was a pretty cute set, but again, I did it in with Polygel versus how I'm doing it now with Gel X method. So I'm just going to paint my thumb with this blue. This Union Blue is absolutely gorgeous. I love the shade. Very nice shade of blue this one was. I'm also going to go in on the pinky, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that Union Blue here as well. And then I'll give this a 30-second cure in my lamp. So for the index, I'm going to go in with Eternal Bliss and paint this in a full coat here, and then cure for 30 seconds. And then I'm coming back out of that lamp, and for the middle and the ring finger, I'm going to apply half of this with Eternal Bliss, the other half with Union Blue. So I'm just making like a curvy line down the center of the nail. The left side of each of the nails is going to be painted with Eternal Bliss, and then the right side of each of the nails is going to be painted in Union Blue. So for the Eternal Bliss, of course, I do both my middle finger and my ring finger, and then cure for 30 seconds, and then come back in and do the Union Blue portion of the nail. I apologize if my background sounds loud or anything like that, but I am sitting in my truck. It is nighttime. There's traffic going past my home. I do live on a pretty busy road. And y'all, it's so sad. I had been thinking about this video since yesterday, which I should have did the voiceover yesterday. But again, when I have any moment to relax, I love to relax because I'm always so busy. And then my mind just, I don't know. And then just now I was about to start ramping up my sets for the next week and getting them all going. I got some really good thoughts in my mind of what I want to do tonight. And right before I started my first set, I was like, girl, your video's supposed to come up tonight. So I was like, no matter what time. Oh, this video is going up Friday night. So here I am. I decided to come outside and sit in my truck and do it because it's Friday night and my kids love to enjoy their Friday nights, and I don't want to make anybody have to, quiet down. These voiceovers are very sensitive and they just catch pretty much anything in the background. So I decided to remove myself from my home because they are enjoying themselves so that they are able to continue to do so. Because even with me in my room with the door closed, my youngest, he gets so excited and he, you can hear that. So I just to have a clean cut video, I decided to come outside. So I apologize again for any background noise you may hear. I hope that everyone is having an amazing morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you may be. And per usual, I would love to say thank you to anyone that does take their time to watch my videos. I appreciate you more than you will ever know. Without you guys showing up and watching my videos, I wouldn't have come this far and I wouldn't keep going. And there are some people that I would love to thank individually every video, because regardless of if it's right on time, later, next week, I don't care. It's my girls that show up every video. I appreciate you guys so much, and you are the ones that motivate me to keep going. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you are new to my channel, welcome to the Nail Addict family. And I do thank you so very much for joining me on my nail journey. It means the absolute world to me, more than you would ever know. And if you're watching now and you're not yet subscribed, I would definitely love it if you would subscribe to the channel and hit your post notification bell so you don't miss any of my future sets. And if you're someone that's been subscribed, whether it's new or old, just know that I love you so, so much, and I appreciate each and every one of you more than you will ever know. So I'm going in with my Burano nail foil glue, and I am going to start applying it so that we can apply that beautiful foil that I showed you before. So I'm gonna go in with the nail foil glue on the entire thumb, the entire index, half of the middle finger, half of the ring finger, and then the entire pinky. So what I typically do with the nail foil is I try to apply a very thin layer of this nail foil glue onto whatever areas I would want that foil to be on. Once the glue is applied to the nail, I go in for a full 60-second cure in my lamp, and then when I come out of the lamp after I have fully cured for 60 seconds, I let my nails sit for an additional 30 seconds before going in with my foil. This is a method I have used since the beginning of time to do my nail foils, and majority of the time when I use this method, as long as I've applied that nail foil glue exactly where I want in a proper enough amount, the transfer is just beautiful. So if you've never tried it this way, or you struggle with nail foil glue, I would say apply the foil glue, cure 60 seconds. When you come out of that lamp, allow your nails to sit an additional 30 seconds, and then go in with the foil of your choice. It should come out chef's kiss. So after waiting the 30 seconds, I'm now going in and I'm just trying to figure out like what areas I want on the nail. So this one was pretty hard because this is such a pretty design. I wish I could have gotten more areas onto the nails and things like that, but I feel like it came out really cute. I feel like the base colors that I used went really well with this foil. I feel like people would typically use like a nude for this, but I felt like using the colors that were close enough in the actual foil, it just worked really, really well. When I wore this set for the week, I got so many compliments. So many people, of course, asking how because a lot of people don't know the ins of nails for real, like that you can use foils to create beautiful designs and stuff like that. But like a lot of questions asked about this set. This was a very nice set, if I must say so myself. And then I'm going to go in and just top coat over all of the nails just to kind of seal in that foil. And then I will give this a 30-second cure in my lamp. After it's cured, I'm going in with some Macart rhinestone glue on my middle finger, and I'm just going to place a rhinestone placement right on that line that separates the blue from the purple, and put a really nice heart charm in the middle. I'm going to cure this for 30 seconds and then move over to my ring finger, where I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to place a center placement. But for this one, I wanted to use a cloud charm. I don't know why. I just felt like it looked really cute with the nails. And I got a lot of compliments saying that it did go. Although at first I kind of was like, I didn't know if I wanted to incorporate it. But it actually went pretty well. Off camera, I applied some cuticle oil, and here's the finished set. Super freaking cute. I don't know what to call this particular type of design on the foil, but it just looks so cute with the nail set. It just went very perfectly. But comment down below and let me know what you think of this really cute gel-like set. And if you've made it this far into the video, I definitely would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe, and hit your post notification bell so you don't miss any of my future sets. I thank you all for joining me today, and I'll see you in my next one. Remember to be the very best you that you can be, and much love to all.